With 9 minutes left at Bathurst, I hit the wall chasing P3. And 3 corners later, I hit it again. That was the moment I realized this race wasn't mine to win. So coming in round 3, I was 9 points behind the championship leader. Not desperate, but not comfortable either. Bathurst felt like the kind of track where you could make something happen. The qualifying didn't feel right from the start. I wasn't on edge, I wasn't attacking the lap, and on my final run, I messed up turn 2 really bad.
Oh my god.
And at the end of the lap, I completely zoned out and ran onto the grass, which probably cost me P3. But I still got P4, which isn't terrible. But at Bathurst, not terrible usually means you're already behind. So off the line, there wasn't much I could do. Gold was in the Audi R8, which is a V10, so it's got a great launch. And my car has a turbo, which doesn't leap off the line. So he gets the jump, and I settle behind. A few laps later, Gold and Steve are battling for P2, which is perfect for me. They slow each other down, and I close the gap in. I'm right there now. Following the cars through the mountain section was miserable, because the dirty air just kills the front grip, and you have to lift more than you want to. Then in the chicane, I get a small bump from Lancia, which pushes me wide and costs me about a second and a half. Nothing dramatic, but just enough to undo the progress. A few laps later, Steve gets a penalty and drops behind me. I move into P3, and finally something swings my way. And then I immediately give it back, because coming to turn 2, I take too much curve. Rear steps out, I slide. And yeah, no wall damage, which honestly feels like a miracle, but I do lose the position. And it was one of those small mistakes that doesn't look huge, but at Bathurst, it costs you everything. And then Gold spins out and rejoins super badly. I barely avoid him, and I move back into P3. So this race felt super unstable, like positions were changing everywhere, and small moments decided everything. About 10 minutes in, pushing through the mountain section, I clipped the wall. And that's where the race really changed, because the car instantly felt off. The steering wasn't clean, the braking was awkward, and the confidence dropped. And at a place lined with concrete walls, the confidence really matters if you want to push. So Gold started catching, and Steve pulled away. And about 20 minutes in, halfway, I pit early. Repair the damage cost me about 5 seconds in the pits, and switch from mediums to softs. So I'm on this faster tire, I can push now. It looks aggressive, but it was necessary. Typhoon pitted a lap later, and Steve followed in. And when everything cycles through, they're only a few seconds ahead, and that's when it really sinked in for me. Without that earlier damage, I could have been right there, fighting for P1 with them. Instead, I lose about 5 seconds in repairs, and multiple seconds just losing pace because I had damage. And at this level, that's huge. So I try to recover, I go for a move on Lancia, he has a slow exit, and there's slight contact, probably netcode, and I get a half-second penalty because it pushed me a bit off the track. So I serve it, Gold and Lancia get through, now I'm chasing again. With 9 minutes left, I'm pushing to regain P3, and I forget how brutal the dirty air is here. The front washes wide at a high-speed section, and I hit the wall. Bam! 3 corners later, trying to compensate, I do it again. Bam! Now I've got damage across the entire front end of the car. At this point, I'm not racing for P3 anymore. I'm surviving for P4. Rauchi catches me as I struggle with the damaged car. We go side by side. There's a lag spike, and on his screen, he gets shoved into the wall by me. The stewards ruled there's no further action because of a connection issue, but it's still frustrating. It's not how I want things decided, but it did save me P4. And so the final minutes were quiet, just managing the damage and bringing it home. P4. Coming to Bathurst, I was 9 points behind the championship leader. Leaving Bathurst, I'm 17 back. Pretty much double. And so the frustrating part is that the pace was there at times. In cleaner, the car felt strong. But every time the race tried to shift in my favor, I made a mistake that shut it down. Bathurst doesn't require big errors, just small ones. 17 points now is a big gap. But the season isn't over. I've got 7 races left. And next round I'm going to push to make things better. And it's going to be very different. So if you're looking forward to seeing that, make sure to like and subscribe. Peace out.